Hello everyone, and welcome. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, welcome to the 7 Key World Cup 2018. We're here with the first matches of Finals Week 1, starting off with a couple of losers bracket matches, I believe. I am Potassium F, and I'm here with Stupid Man. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. Although it is midday for me at the moment.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's just turned into night right now. It's about 7 p.m. for me. But still, we got a pretty hyped game coming up, I feel like. I mean, this is, well, finals already. I mean, we're in the losers bracket now. And, I mean, these are two teams that they've really fought very hard to get to where they are in the tournament right now. And, I mean, given this kind of game, everything's on the line for these guys.
Yeah, losers bracket is always really, it's really tense because obviously winners bracket, if you lose, oh well, you get another chance, but these two teams are really fighting to potentially be one of the top 3 if they manage to make it through this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if one of these teams wins this game, because this is, I believe, all of the teams now by this round are in the top 6. If one of these teams wins the game, they guarantee themselves top 4. But they still have to go through losers bracket finals, I think. Yeah, that would be the 4th place game. So the winner of this game still not guaranteeing themselves top 3, but they get one step closer. So bit more of a journey for these guys, if anything, to get to that top 3 spot. But still, they're going to really have to show that effort in this game.
And even then, top 4 by itself, although it doesn't quite make the podium, it's an extremely good accomplishment, so both teams will definitely be looking to earn themselves a spot there.
Yeah, and I mean, really just, I'm kind of interested to see how these teams are going to play, because, like, I mean, losing to Brazil, for one thing, at least from my perspective, like, really showed that how strong they really are. So they really, like, I definitely underestimated them earlier on in the tournament, so I do kind of want to see how they'll end up playing. But Singapore too, I mean, they're a very, very strong team.
Yeah, both I underestimated Brazil quite a lot as well before. They did show up like exceptionally strong last week on especially the LN picks, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if how both of these teams transition to the much harder pool this week.
Yeah, I am kind of interested because Brazil actually, I feel like they really showed up on the kind of mixed picks between like LNs and like regular rice. They're dense LNs though, at least like strictly LNs. I'm kind of interested to see how they'll play because, as far as I know, Singapore is a bit on the lower end of LNs. I could be completely wrong.
I believe by for now for Singapore has been showing some really strong scores in LN picks, but I think as a team, Brazil has looked a little bit better in previous rounds for LN.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean, especially Lazarento, who's like a very, very strong LN player. Like, I think around finals level, like, this is where he's really going to shine. So we'll see if Brazil actually ends up picking like primarily LNs. I do expect them to, mostly because that's just like what Singapore's, I guess, apparent weakness is and what Brazil's, I guess, one of their strengths is. So we'll see how things go for them.
And it's also interesting because in the finals here, we're now reaching like the kind of point where a lot of the players, or at least some of the players will start reaching their kind of breaking point. So if they were struggling like last week a little bit, now they might just be completely exposed.
This world is really good.
Yeah.
This is the MC Gorilla Safe and Sound cover. All right. Not bad.
Oh, what was that?
Oh.
3-note mini jack on the first column. That's disgusting. Get that out of here.
Oh man, this is great. Parallel actually struggling quite a bit here, which is a bit surprising, although...
Ooh, in the stands.
Yeah, I got the April 14th vibes going here. Although I definitely don't want memories of that. That was, that pick in quarterfinals was so hard for me.
Yeah, I have no idea how you can make a 2.9 star map that difficult without using SV,
yeah.
but like it happened.
It happened. Yeah, no, so many teams banned it. And then like the one game where we saw someone play it, there was a rage quit. But yeah, no. What a beautiful warm-up. Lazarento actually with the highest. Actually, wow, 2 misses only on primarily LN pick. So
Yeah.
I think that says something at least about his LN skill.
Yeah, I think at least one of those misses was in that kind of stupid jack in the first column. So in the actual LN part's really strong, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this
looks like a kind of normal warm-up here.
Probably. I think I've seen this before. Although I could be wrong. If this is the on-call chart.
I'm not sure. Anyway, this is Singapore's pick.
Oh no, it's a buy for now. Okay, yeah, okay, this is actually a buy for now chart, so...
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. It says it's about SP20-ish, so probably semifinals difficulty or upper semifinals difficulty. So actually, this is interesting because I think this does match up with one of the picks in the finals pool. I believe it's a COD TJR chart. I think it's Tiny Tails Continue. That one, fairly similar SR, fairly similar skill sets shown in both maps here. So if Singapore does take this convincingly, I feel like they'll have like a very convincing like first pick.
Yeah, I think Singapore have been kind of really strong on the easier maps on each pool, you would say. The easier kind of rice maps.
Yeah,
I mean, let the accuracies shine.
Yeah, no, accuracy is definitely like their strong suit. As for Brazil, not entirely sure. I know Lothus's accuracy in particular is very, very strong. So we could see it maybe come down to Lazarento here.
Oh yeah, I forgot Lothus was on Brazil. Holy crap.
Yeah, no, oh man.
Lothus is accuracy.
Talk about an underdog player. This entire tournament, he's been underestimated by other players, other staff members, and he's just been on fire. Like, honestly, I think him in particular is, like, he's a very... I don't know. I don't think anybody could have expected anything from him because he came from 4Key.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know he played 7K, to be honest.
Yeah, and then when he starts playing 7Key, like, right now, he just goes nuts. Like, he's already up to some, like... He's already up to the skill level of many, many top players.
Wait, how long has he been playing? Do you know?
Honestly, okay, I have no idea. I heard he came from Guitar Flash, which is hilarious, because that is...
Wait, Guitar Flash?
Guitar Flash, yeah, it is it's a very, very interesting Flash game based on Guitar Hero, and from personal experience, I don't advise anyone to play it, but I digress. He did come from there, and for some reason, he's a total god, so yeah, as for how long he's played, I really don't know. He's an enigma.
Yeah, so I guess that's just something that Singapore won't really know what to expect either from Lothus.
I suppose. I think it is worth noting here that he is struggling, I guess, considerably with the density of this chart. His accuracy is holding up fairly well, at least in terms of his hitter. I think he has one of the more tighter ones in the lobby, but yeah, it's just that density that's really getting to him.
Yeah, so... Oh, we do see Singapore winning on their warm-up there.
Yeah, actually, Rami kind of matching the Brazilians, just getting slightly higher than the other two, but Parallel really being the one to show up there, 935k on the warm-up, really strong. Lazarento with a huge roll too, actually getting 84 points over Parallel 60, so Singapore will be banning first.
And let's pray for no SV ban. even though that is.
I'm
not
pretty sure
going
that's going to be very, like, I think that's going to be expected because Brazil in particular is a very SV oriented team. Although supposedly continue, sorry.
Oh yeah, well there are two like major SV maps in this pool, being Deadlocked and Carry Me Away.
Yeah.
Carry Me Away
being bad.
Yep.
So,
which is expected.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the SV picks, that's probably the more expected one because Deadlocked is mostly just reading, and there's really like it does require a lot of preparation, but not as much as the other one. So definitely understandable. And gate openers being banned from Brazil, I think they would be like the only team to ban something like gate openers because it's very like strictly density, and it was actually denser than that warm up that Singapore just pulled out against Brazil. So I think it's a good ban from Brazil, and they did end up banning the lightness brightness against the USA last week. So I think it's understandable. Like density and stamina is probably like one of Brazil's weaker skill sets, so it's understandable as why they banned that.
Yeah. And not only is gate openers denser, but it's also much longer, with very little breaks as well, so extremely taxing on stamina.
Yeah, definitely. But meanwhile, Brazil moving into their first pick. I don't imagine they would actually pick Deadlock despite the SB ban from Singapore. I think Brazil in particular has had some trouble with like some reading SB charts. I think last week they actually were having trouble with Burton Rice, so I guess that is something to note. But Brazil moving into their first pick as EDM jumpers, which is, I suppose it's reasonable.
Yeah, an LN pick. Quite a long one at that as well. 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Has a lot of LN stairs and a bit of inverse sort of patterns as well towards the end, I believe.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's like, it's just mostly, I guess, I don't want to say consistency because it really isn't LN consistency, but like you do have to maintain, or you do have to be really consistent throughout the entire chart. It is like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so it's definitely gonna take a while. And just because like if we see a couple misses on either side, I don't think that's gonna say much because like there's gonna be so many opportunities for both these teams to be missing.
Yeah, with such a long map as well, misses don't necessarily mean that much compared to just straight up accuracy.
Yeah, I think another thing worth noting is that there's like maybe 1 or 2 SVs in here, but they are something that you have to like be prepped for. So I think that might throw a couple players off here. Hopefully it doesn't decide the entire song, but it might. I'm not entirely sure.
I think the SVs are pretty manageable. But yeah, as you said, if the players are maybe like even just feeling some pressure from the matchup, and we do see Biofinal finding a drop at the very start, not going to mean too much in terms of the overall scale of things, but it's going to give a couple thousand probably over to Brazil.
Yeah, I think Brazil's starting off just with an early lead here, although not by too much. I think another thing to mention here is that like the SVs, I think if someone like wasn't prepared for this chart, I think it's just because like they would go into it on just like a sight read or something and not really pay too much mind to it, because like it is 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so it's definitely something that a lot of these teams are really, they might just ignore and just kind of go with the flow on the day of the tournament or something like that, because it is something that maybe some players might just by preference maybe don't want to put too much time into it, because it does take a very long time to warm up or at least practice each time.
And we're seeing all 4 players finding quite a few drops in the kind of first section there. And 3 drops in that SV section will give the lead over to Singapore, although by basically nothing.
Yeah, I think it is worth noting that it's really right now just come down to Lazarento, because his accuracy has really just been the best throughout, maybe the last 10, 15 seconds or so. Biofinal still like also holding a fairly low accuracy, so really I think what it's coming down to is those 2 players, because Lothus and Rami are both holding fairly decent accuracies. I think they're very similar, Lothus being just above Rami right now.
Yeah, basically matching each other there. I think Rami did have quite a large combo at the start of the map. With that miss from Lothus as well, it's basically going to even up those 2 scores.
Yeah, right now, like, Rami is just on fire right now. I mean, despite, you know, Lothus's really good score as well, like, he's outperforming, I think, everyone except for Rami, and I think it's still worth noting that he just came from 4Key. I had zero idea that he played 7Key until, like, two months ago? 1 month ago? Like, it's really crazy.
But yeah, Lothus is holding, I think, just about 15 to 20,000 points above by for now at the moment. And oh, everyone finding a drop in that SV.
Yeah, still, I mean, the fact that everyone dropped there means that it's not really going to damage the score gap too much. And already, I think both Singaporeans holding above the 400 combo mark now really going to help them keep their score up. And I think if Brazil ends up just dropping non-stop, they're really just going to widen the score gap even more. Already 2/3 into the way of the map, and it looks like this is Singapore's, but I can't really tell. There are a couple of more dense sections at the very end that could throw some players off, but if both these players do stay at least consistent in how they've been playing the chart so far, they should be good to go. Although it does look like the score gap's actually decreasing a bit, so we could end up seeing a swap here. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, Lazarento and Bifinal have quite similar accuracies at the moment. Bifinal only up about 0.3%. So the accuracies are definitely closing, but Singapore just being better at holding up the higher combos.
Yeah, and I mean, really, it's just coming down to combo here. Rami's definitely been holding a very strong combo throughout the entire song so far. I think we look at the scoreboards after the map is done, like, we're definitely going to see Rami with the most amount of misses for sure.
Oh my god.
Lazarento actually able to manage on that space jack, but, like, just that SV, like, I'm pretty sure you're going to say that everyone just immediately broke there.
Yeah. And the more everyone just misses at once in those sections, it kind of just benefits Singapore more, because that means there's not really any catch-up potential.
Speaking of catching up, it looks like Brazil might be doing just that. This ending section right here being a very, very tough part of the chart. Looks like Bifinal is just totally breaking. We might see Brazil taking it back here.
Oh, it's getting really close now. Brazil are holding onto their combos really well, but Lothus finds a break, traded with Bifinal.
Rami holding on so strong, though. I think he's going to be the reason why Singapore might take this point, and he is. Singapore's still holding on at the very end of that. Yeah, 12,000 point difference. Just, wow.
Yeah, Lazarento did end up bringing his accuracy above Bifinal's, but you can just see the number of misses from Rami there is so much lower than everyone else.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I think some highlights here are Lothus's ratio. Like, he has the lowest 200 count in the lobby by far. Not too far ahead of Rami, though, but still, like, a very, very strong 200 count, and the strongest ratio as well in the lobby. So, I mean, really, really well played by Lothus, and definitely well played by Rami. I mean, Rami, like, he just totally went off there. But now Singapore already taking a very quick break point here. And now they've got the map advantage, so they get their pick. I'm guessing it's going to be something rice-oriented. I would assume it'd be Tiny Tails.
And
Yep. So it's going to be Tiny Tails Continue, which is very straightforward, basic rice, regular patterning, and something that Brazil has, I guess, historically shown that they're not the best at. So this theoretically should be a fairly easy point for Singapore.
Yeah, it definitely plays into their skill set quite well.
Also to correct Sia Kiru, I think, in chat, Malaysia is definitely not out of this tournament. They actually have a game coming up, I think, right after this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, against the Philippines it is.
Yeah, so Malaysia versus the Philippines is still on the what am I looking for? Schedule here. There we go.
On the tape.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm personally expecting a Malaysia win, so Malaysia is definitely not out of this tournament yet.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, getting into the second map. It is probably one of the easiest maps of the pool. We do see Lothus having a really early break at the start, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes down to density for Lothus because like he has really good accuracy. Breaking again there. I mean, already like I'm honestly expecting like very high combo coming out from Singapore here. Parallel missing on the oh wow, Rami missing too. Okay, this could be
both players dropping.
Lazarento is still holding very strong though, so if he keeps this up, like Brazil could definitely have a chance here.
Yeah, but Lothus is dropping quite a lot. His accuracy has fallen quite far below everyone else. Now dropping below 98%.
Parallel actually struggling quite a bit too. He's actually dropping a couple runs in the stream.
It looks like the lead is just growing despite Lazarento's FC. Right about 50,000 points coming into the second half of the map.
I think it's still worth noting that despite Lazarento's FC, Rami has a 99.5 right now, which is just an insane accuracy.
And he is currently holding the highest score of the lobby as well at the moment. Accuracy just completely making up for that one drop earlier on. Oh, and Lazarento finding a drop that's basically going to seal the map win over to Singapore.
Yeah, this lead is just getting more and more and more huge. Like, I don't think there's much Brazil can do at this point. Like, there's no way. So, almost a 100,000 point difference.
Yeah, only just before, and that's only 10 200s from Rami.
Yeah.
He's playing out of his mind. Once again, as you said, that's basically an even ratio between Lothus and Robbie for the highest as well.
But yeah, Brazil moving into their next pick now. Picking Hold Angel, which... that's very, very high risk.
So, going straight... So basically just giving up on the whole LN thing that they were going for in the first pick. Going for the speed map, you would have to say. Extremely fast bursts.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Yeah, OD9 making it especially hard to time. And these patterns are really, really not easy to hit at all. So we'll see how these players do. I'm not really sure what to expect if Brazil is this confident in picking this song early on.
I guess it is, maybe it's not that they're confident, or maybe they're just picking it just because they want, just even if there's a small chance of them getting like the point on this, it might raise their confidence for future maps.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this is a song in particular that is fairly, like I said, high risk, so maybe if Brazil, they might not be too confident on it, but maybe they're playing for the fact that Singapore isn't either.
There is a lot of choke potential. It is, just to give a little taste of how fast it is 300 BPM 1/8 snapping for a lot of the bursts in the main part.
Lothus already finding an early miss, although I'm not sure if that'll mean much. Scores are still flickering back and forth. I think it's worth noting that once the bursts come in, I think this is going to be a map that some people might actually struggle to even S at this point, so we'll see.
Oh, we do have Parallel finding another drop. That's going to give an advantage over to Brazil, just from the accuracy. Oh, Parallel struggling so much. Bye for now as well. Both of them are just below 96 at the moment, while Lazarento and Lothus are both around 98%.
I mean, judging off this first section here, I think Brazil, if they just maintain this kind of level of play, wow. Okay, it's very rare to see an FC in that section by any player. I'm actually very surprised. That's very strong. I think this one's basically already gone to Brazil. This is huge.
Yeah, that is a gigantic lead.
That is. I'm actually in disbelief. That does not happen. The thing is, this last section does get a bit denser or a bit more tough than some of the other sections earlier on.
But yeah, I can't really imagine making up such a gigantic point lead, especially with both Singaporean players, or all 4 players in the lobby actually missing quite a lot. There's not really much room for any combo advantage to be gained.
Yeah, no, this has definitely gone to Brazil. This is actually wow. I'm surprised that was a very very good pick for them.
That was a really convincing win.
Yeah, like I said earlier, some of these players might struggle to S, and both the Singaporeans unable to get an S rank on this. Both Brazilians able to pull out that above 95 though. Just incredibly strong.
Yeah, Brazil have found their first point for themselves. Very important one for them as well.
Singapore's next pick being Future Cider.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. A more mixed pick.
I mean, this is quite literally mixed in every sense of the term. Like, it's got SVs, it's got LNs, it's got regular rice patterns, it's got basically everything you can think of. The thing is, though, I'm not really sure if Singapore's like... I feel like there could be better picks.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. In terms of just the patterning, it isn't like the hardest map in the pool. It's quite easy in relation to the rest of the maps of the finals pool, but the SV does kind of trip you up a little bit in terms of accuracy, especially.
But yeah, we'll see here. I mean, there's not much speed or like burst involved, so Brazil should be okay. Or I'd assume anyway. Or sorry, I should say Singapore should be okay. My bad. I was gonna say like, if there's no burst, like really, that's something that Brazil is definitely gonna get a point off of. So this is probably like, it's definitely more safer than other picks, but I feel like Singapore maybe could have gone into something like. Or I'm not entirely sure. There's got to be other like code streaming picks in general.
Yeah, there's a couple other code stream maps. Like they could have gone for Duplicate, if I pronounced that correctly.
Oh, that's true. Well, I mean, yeah, because that isn't like strict bursts and like streams, but it's definitely like light chord streams. So it's something that Singapore could definitely like. If they feel confident and fast enough, then they could definitely take a point off of it. But Brazil here actually showing very strong so far. See if they're able to maintain this lead. Although this song is nowhere near being finished right now.
Yeah, it's not much of a lead at all. But with Rummy missing, that will increase the lead for Brazil here. Lazarento currently the only one holding high combo.
Looks like this lead is just almost gone to Singapore, but then I think it barely just tipped back to Brazil here.
Yeah, the double misses over on Singapore's side definitely pushed it.
Yeah, Robbie's missed there too, definitely not going to help either. Although Lotus missing, so that's another trade.
So
lead
trades
is still around the same.
Kind of keep the scores even. All of the accuracies from both teams are basically even as well. Oh, but a double miss from Brazilian side. A double miss from Singapore there.
Okay. That was like the one chance for Singapore to capitalize, and the lead just... Oh, okay. These guys are trading misses left and right.
Brazil is coming out on top quite strongly in those miss trades. Oh, but then Loth is missing at the end there.
I think their lead is actually... Oh, Ruka missing, or Lazaretto missing, that's... okay. Oh, this is not an area where players should be missing at all. Oh, man.
Well, Slow Jam can really trip up some players' accuracy and combo. Wow, just everyone kind of struggling to keep up high combo. This is going left and right, but Brazil does maintain a really small lead still. There is
this
third
lead
of
is
the map left.
about the exact same throughout the entire. It's right over to Singapore so fast. Okay,
just the double miss from Brazil instantly switched it over to Singapore's side.
This is just straight
Romy
rice
holding a
too,
really
so I mean,
high combo.
Singapore should have this now. This is, I think, like the very end of this chart is Singapore's like strong suit. So if they
Romy
can maintain their combo, they should be okay. But we'll see.
Oh no, Romy and Parallel fighting 2 misses.
Loaf is missing though, so we'll see if this goes back to Singapore. Romy missing. Okay, this is too close to call right now.
The score lead is slowly creeping back towards Brazil, but Loth is missing again. It is really close, but it looks like Singapore is holding on to their lead.
And this is the end of the song. There's really not much else that can be done here unless like a disconnect happens or something. But it looks like Singapore's actually managed to get this point.
Don't say that. Don't say that one.
It's fine, it's fine. It's actually nice. I think I commentated soft earlier today, and I think I cursed everyone over there. So I should be good to go here. I've like wasted my luck.
Used it up. Yeah, you've used it all up.
Yeah. But wow, Singapore, despite being like behind the entire map, they've managed to pull out in the very end with a lead.
Yeah, it was just that. It was just the one double miss from the Brazilian side towards the end that just basically decided the map there.
Yeah, both Singaporeans actually scoring higher than the Brazilians.
But it was a really close map. So if that was the map that Singapore feels most confident on from the rest of them, then the future maps might be a bit harder for Singapore to win. Brazil's going to pick Turn Down, which is the full-on Core Jack stamina map.
So yeah, Turn Down, I mean, Core Jacks, it's actually got a couple of SVs. I might be wrong about that, but still, Brazil definitely like should be prepared on this one. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think, actually, I'm not really sure who's going to win this one because this is fairly like rice oriented.
Yeah, it is quite rice oriented. It also tests quite a lot of finger independence with the jacks. Of course, because you need really good control over what notes you're pressing. We'll see how each player performs on this. But if Brazil's picking it, you would think that they're quite confident.
Yeah. I think another thing to note, though, is that, like, core jacks in general are skills. Oh, wow. I was with an early miss. But still, like, core jacks are a skill set that, like, it's a fairly, like, demanding in terms of accuracy, but okay, I'm kind of surprised. These players are tanking quite hard on this.
Loth is currently with the only one above an S rank at the moment, with 96.
That's crazy. I did not imagine that this would be something that players would struggle with S at all.
And Lazarento is seriously struggling with his accuracy and combo. And wow. Okay, so Brazil somehow manages to take back the lead. But wow, all 4 players cannot keep up with this map at all. Yeah, Loth is the only one, still the only one holding an S.
It's actually crazy. Brazil has such a commanding lead right now.
Well, Singapore does. Romy has quite a good combo built up there. Okay, never mind. Back to the missing. And it looks like if everyone just keeps if everyone just keeps missing like this, then just the accuracy advantage from Lothus will pretty handily win Brazil the map.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's much that can happen. We're about halfway in, but yeah, there's really not much that can happen here. Like, these players are missing back and forth, but all that happening, they're still trading misses, so... Man, that's crazy.
Maybe just because Korjak is, as you said before, it is very specific skill set. It's something that you kind of have to... Like, there's a lot of finger independence involved as well, but you kind of also... I don't know if it's the same in 7K, but you need to kind of use your wrist to hit the notes right.
It's like... It's a lot more like coordination, and it's really like... You're purposely like hitting the keys in a certain way where you're like, you have to maintain that kind of beat, I guess. And I think what's worth noting is that this song is relatively fast, so it definitely gives a lot of players some trouble. And I mean, all four of these players, honestly, in my opinion, are having a bit of trouble. I'm just surprised that Lothus is still maintaining above a 96 right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking Lothus is perhaps being helped out a bit by his 4K ability. Maybe.
Because I mean, I think another thing about 7K is that like a lot of players don't end up like having, how do I word it? Like, there's not too much like physical independence. Like in 4K, there's like stamina that's very involved. It involves like a lot of forearm strength or a lot of wrist strength for jacking. And you don't really see that too much with 7K here, but Lothus being able to carry over that kind of skill is just really going to be beneficial to this team. That was... Man, if I had those kind of scores, I would be so scared of picking turn down.
Over 200s less than the next lowest from Lothus.
Okay, also, this is a very interesting thing.
Ratio. Oh, you're gonna see second run.
This pick is... I mean, it might not be a bad idea because Brazil might not be the best on LNs right now, at least at this stage.
Yeah,
Singapore might be able to capitalize off that.
It's a more LN-oriented pick. I believe it's LNs with LN releases with streams going on at the same time. So it does require some coordination between your fingers.
So we'll see how Brazil does here. I mean, if they manage to keep up with this and they end up tying this game, like, this could really be anyone's game at this point.
I do think it seems like Singapore might be running out of picks they're really confident on, though. So if Brazil do manage to, I would say they have a pretty decent advantage for the rest of the match. But as we can see, it looks like Singapore will come out with quite a good early lead.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to maintain that too. I mean, Lazarento missing as well, so I mean, right now the highest combo so far is Rami with the highest accuracy as well.
Yeah, the accuracies from Singapore are just straight up outclassing Brazil at the moment.
Well, it looks like the gap is shrinking ever so slightly. Although not by much.
Yeah, it's shrinking a little bit from his Lothus mainly catching up his accuracy just a bit. But Brazil will need some drops from Singapore, like, just then.
Yeah, it looks like the lead is slowly going to Brazil here, and I think it is. Oh, okay. Almost.
And the double miss from Brazil will just deny them taking the lead.
There is still enough of the map left for Brazil to actually like take the lead here, but we'll see if they can really maintain their scores or not. It doesn't look like it so far.
Yeah, everyone having like really hard time keeping up their combo here, but Romy is holding quite a good combo, and that'll just secure the win for Singapore.
Yeah. Brazil, unfortunately, not able to keep up with Singapore, although they were very, very close.
So Singapore will go up 4-2.
I guess if I were Brazil now, like they've picked the weirdest thing so far.
Yeah.
I really can't tell like what specifically they're good at for this game. Yeah, so I would.
Yeah, they are kind of more of an all-round team, you would have to say.
Yeah, I suppose. But they show pretty consistent scores across every single chart in the pool.
Yeah, so I guess it's mainly just trying to pick what Singapore is bad at, which seems to be perhaps the harder rice picks.
Yeah, except Brazil admitting to the fact that they're running out of picks, so not sure if that's in their best interest to say that, but
Deadlock is still up, by the way.
I highly doubt we'd see that.
Hey, I mean, it's happened a lot. When you run out of picks, you
That's
pick PSV.
true, yeah. I mean, considering Brazil's on a bit of a trend of picking suicide picks, they really could go through anything right now.
They really haven't turned out to be suicide picks at all, though.
Oh, that is true.
That's the weird thing.
I mean, they pick Hold Angel and somehow just totally show up on it, and they pick the whatchamacallit? Turn Down. There we go. They picked Turn Down, and that was so scary. Also would like to mention that this, despite being the final stage of the tournament, is not actually the finals. This is a top 6 game in the losers bracket, and the winner of this game will move on to the top 4 game to play the winner of Malaysia and the Philippines, which comes up after this game. Yeah, it looks like Brazil taking their time with their pick. They genuinely have no idea what's going to be coming up here. Okay, Valhalla.
Valhalla. Okay.
That
interesting pick. I guess it kind of. I think it's all right.
They might have actually picked something decent. They swapped out Paralid, so it looks like they're probably gonna be going for buy for now. Or that's what I'd assume, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this works out.
It is quite a difficult map. LN streams for about 4 minute long map, I think.
Buy for now, not really too confident in his skill of playing this chart, so maybe Brazil might have just gotten really lucky here.
And really, every single map this match is just, you just don't know who will end up on top.
Yeah, no, and I mean, like, especially on a map like this, which is so long and there's so many different kinds of patterns going into it, and especially the ending, which is like completely unexpected. You can't really tell who's going to be scoring higher on that or not. Like, especially like because it comes down to density as well. So
yeah, it kind of just basically just comes down to how comfortable the players are at like the individual map.
Yeah, I think something worth noting.
Yeah, there's not really much of a skill difference in any kind of category for either of these teams.
Yeah, I think Lothus in particular, though, might have a bit of trouble with the density of this chart, although if Byvernow's saying he would do pretty bad, then already missing on the chill there as well. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of just something that you can really easily mess up the timing for. Chills like that are pretty evil in that way.
So far, though, Brazil having a bit of an early lead, although I'm not really sure if that says too much. We definitely haven't hit the dense parts of this chart yet.
Yeah, it is still just the intro. The miss from the very start kind of plays mostly into that, but oh, we're going to see a few misses from all players, actually.
I wonder if we're seeing misses this early on. I'm not really sure what to expect going into the middle section of the start here, because it gets really, really, really down.
Yeah,
already, I think Singapore's slowly starting to take back a lead, although
they
everyone
just
missed their trade there on the misses.
It seems that Lazarento and Ronnie are holding on the best out of everyone, so I think it will really come down to which one of those two perform better in the really dense sections.
Yeah, so far though, it looks like Loth is having a bit of a higher accuracy than Bai for now.
Oh, Bai for now tanking quite a lot there, dropping below S.
Brazil's lead just getting more and more large, although it's kind of stationary right now. Actually, they've been trading out misses for quite a while.
Yeah, none of the players are very comfortable with comboing these extremely dense LNs here. But it seems like Brazil still do have the edge from accuracy. We can see Bai for now sitting at 92.6%.
Yeah, and I mean, I think if this game gets decided by anything, it'll probably be that.
Yeah, it seems like Lotus can beat Bifenel's accuracy quite easily. So I think if Lazarento just manages to keep up his accuracy with Romy, as we can see he is, then Brazil might be able to take the point.
I mean, I think so far they should have a fairly easy time taking the point. Unless Rami like really shows up in the end and both Brazilian players start tanking like crazy, which is definitely a possibility. I don't think Brazil should have a problem. But, you know, like I said, we really just have to wait and see. This map is definitely not over yet.
It depends. The end section is very difficult. You can see Bifenel is sort of bringing back his accuracy a bit here in the quote-unquote easier section.
Oh wow, okay, Brazil's lead is slowly going away, although I'm not really sure it's enough. There's still one dense section, I think, here.
Yeah, Romy is edging out in accuracy over Lazarento. And with those breaks as well, there's quite a few from Lazarento there. But Bai for now is also struggling to bring up his combo. And yeah, just everyone missing.
Yeah, and I mean, Rami not able to hold on strong enough, neither can Bai for now, so it looks like Brazil's definitely going to be taking that point there.
Yeah. A pretty clean win from them, you would say.
Yeah, although Rami's still definitely having a very high score, highest in the lobby.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately Singapore didn't have the second player to keep up with Lotus.
Still, I think it is worth mentioning that Brazil, despite winning that point, still doesn't have the advantage here. They are one behind, and Singapore, it is Singapore's next pick, so...
Yeah, if both teams keep winning on their picks, Singapore will eventually win.
Yeah, so this really just comes down to whether or not... Yeah, Brazil definitely just needs that breakpoint. That's what this match comes down to now. They have to trade for another breakpoint. If they can't, this game is over.
It'll have to be... Well, it is actually quite important. They should get it, or they'll be wanting to get it right now. Because if they don't get it now, then they may end up in a really rough spot with Singapore just 2 maps away from winning.
Yeah, so we'll see what Singapore is confident enough on, although I'm thinking that maybe they're not too sure on picks either, already going through the fire and flames. This one, a bit more risky, but very funny pick nonetheless.
Yeah, it is, well, obviously by far the longest map of the pool. 10,000 notes total. There will be some, it is kind of a mixed pick. There is a lot of streams everywhere, but also quite a few short LNs through the solo section, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean, I think personally, just from like playing this chart, I would say like it like definitely just comes down to the solo. And I think towards the end too, there's one like stream that gets repeated twice when it only should be like repeated once. So we'll see if that trips anybody up, but you know, really who knows. I think this pick in particular might not be the best from Singapore considering they just lost on Valhalla, but if Buy for Now is being swapped out, then they should be okay.
Yeah, it seems that just Paralit isn't as confident on the denser LN sort of maps. So this one obviously is much less dense in terms of LNs.
Mm-hmm. So I guess like that would help Singapore. I'm not sure by how much though, but we'll definitely see.
We do see Lothus with an early drop, but the lead isn't quite going in Singapore's favor because of the accuracies. Just now it does flick over.
Still definitely too close to call. Two misses from the Brazilian side, probably going to allow the Singaporeans to capitalize and maybe take back a lead here.
It doesn't look like Singapore's taking the lead at all. Actually, finding drops from both of the Singaporean players and Lazarento, Brazil will start to build up a small lead for themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, this lead is still just slowly increasing, although that miss from Loth is probably not going to help at all. Although a double miss from Singapore, so...
Should be always the trade misses.
Yeah.
Always the trades.
I mean, so far throughout the chart, Singapore's been missing at the exact same time. Like, both players have been dropping at the same time in the same sections. Or Rami just missing on his own there.
Does that count as a curse?
Maybe. Not entirely sure.
Oh, double miss from Brazil. So Singapore does have the opportunity with Rami's combo to kind of bring back the score a little bit. Lothus and Rami trading misses, and the scores are really close. They've kind of just stayed a couple thousand points away from each other. But
yeah.
as we did say before, it's an extremely long map. We're only about a quarter of the way through it.
So far, though, both Brazilian players holding higher accuracies than both Singaporeans. The question is, can they maintain this with the solo, which actually appears about like halfway in, so... I think so far, at least with the lead given here, this map is definitely not decided.
Yeah, it's definitely far from over. It is about just under 10,000 point lead for Brazil, which definitely isn't very comfortable, you would have to say.
Yeah,
but that said, Lazarento
there, but like he's still holding very strong.
Yeah, his combo is higher than everyone else's by far at the moment. This is kind of the first large combo we've seen from anyone so far this map.
Yeah, and as long as he maintains it, he should maintain a lead for Brazil. Singapore, both players missing again at the same section.
Oh, Lazarento just then breaking his combo, but it is traded out by Paralit.
Yeah, so really that combo break from Lazarento definitely not going to hurt him at all. Even that one there shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, Rami now starting to build up a quite decent combo for themselves as we're getting into... This is the solo section here, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, although we're not quite there yet, but still, I mean, it's still
well, the kind of the lead up to the solo here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is less than 10,000 points. So definitely really close, and we're only halfway through. all players hitting the inverse section. And now, for the first time ever, okay, never mind. I was gonna say for the first time ever, we have all 4 players above the 400 combo mark.
Yeah.
But it wasn't meant to be. See, Romy and Lothus trading a few misses.
Once again, though, this lead has been like fairly consistent throughout the entire map. If Singapore wants to repeat some history here, we could get a total swing here, but I'm not entirely sure if that'll happen.
Oh, double drop from both teams. Never mind. Always the trades.
Yeah, this lead is actually getting very, very, very small now. I mean, like, it's gotten smaller, just marginally.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they end up taking it or not.
Singapore has been just missing slightly less. But here, and I think Romy holding really strong so far throughout the solo.
Romy has to maintain this kind of combo and this kind of accuracy, and he can maybe get a lead here, but him and Lazarus are missing at the same time, just an even trade. Although this lead is really slowly gone to Brazil.
Oh, everyone finding a lot of drops. And that's just going to kind of keep the lead stagnant.
Yeah, I'm really surprised here. Almost nothing's happened to the lead so far. Moving to the very end of the solo here.
Yeah, the lead stayed about 10,000 points since the first quarter of the map.
Oh,
now we're getting towards the end.
I think Brazil might actually take this. They're so close to finishing the solo here. It looks like they've come up with just a slightly larger lead than they had before. But it's been so consistent.
Yeah, Lazarento just shy of the 1,000 combo at the end of the solo there. Getting into the last section of the map. And it does look like Brazil has built quite a decent lead for themselves.
Yeah, I think it's gotten a bit bigger, so they really should have this.
Yeah, Singapore needs to hold on to their combos if they want to try and take it back, but they really need Brazil to drop massively. I think they have... Oh, the score lead is getting closer.
Just barely.
It's getting really close.
Oh no, Romy missing though, that might be it.
Oh. Yep, everyone missing here.
It's
not quite gonna be...
Yeah, no, the lead's just staying exactly the same. Brazil's got this. They won.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brazil taking the break point from Singapore. Tying it up 4-all.
This is it now. It's in Brazil's field. They've got the pick.
And by the sounds of it, both teams have kind of run out of picks that they really feel confident on.
Yeah, I'm actually worried this could actually end up seeing deadlocked here. Who knows? Okay, here's the thing.
I'm not worried at all. I want to see deadlocked.
If we see a tiebreaker, I just want to inform the chat. I don't know if anybody's going to pass it. I'm very worried about that. So...
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, God. Has there ever been a team fail on the tiebreaker in a World Cup?
I have no idea.
I think that would kind of be a little bit anticlimactic.
Man, well, it will end up being... The good news is like the super dense section where everyone's going to definitely fail is like halfway through. So...
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it will... I don't know, it will be pretty close, I think. But for now, Lazarento just needs a little bit of a breather.
This
feeling
is
the pressure.
so... like... This is going to be so nuts. Because, I mean, this is 4-4 right now. This is incredibly close. Both these teams, if they lose this game, they are out of the tournament.
Yeah, this is a really important pick. Through the fire and flames again.
Endymion. Oh, I forgot. Okay, Endymion's being picked here. That's actually fairly decent.
I don't think I'm that familiar with this map.
Well, actually, okay, I'm not sure because there's a couple LM streams and a couple jacks here and there, but there's a lot of bracketing, and yeah, I'm not really sure how that's gonna fare for these guys.
Seems like there is some dense chord streams in the second half at 220 BPM, as well as some chord jacks as well, so perhaps trying to do the old chord jack thing again, with everyone failing. Yeah, well, we'll see. We will have a Bye for Now coming in.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's going to be for Singapore. This is really risky here.
Yeah, because Rummy has been performing exceptionally in pretty much all the maps. Well, we have a lot of trades going on between Lotus and Bye for Now, but Lazarento missing as well. Not quite gonna be enough for Singapore to take the lead. Just.
Oh wow, still fully shot up there.
Oh yeah, Bye for Now's accuracy just tanked. So
okay,
hard,
wow, yeah, no.
down to 93%.
I was really struggling with this.
Yeah, the speed just seems just a bit too much.
Maybe. I think if we go into the bracketing patterns towards the end here, maybe Paralit might hold on, but that's probably going to be it. Right about now, it's going to start hitting hard.
Ooh. And Lazarento holding on with really strong accuracy compared to everyone else in the room. It does look like Brazil is going to win this pretty comfortably.
Yeah, no, there's no chance of Singapore getting this. I really doubt anything can happen here.
90,000 point lead.
Yeah, no, that part just totally destroyed Bye for Now. Man.
Yeah, and everyone trading misses everywhere is basically just going to give Brazil the win.
Yeah, no, that was such a huge win by Brazil. Jeez.
Yeah, and now it's on Singapore to try and win their own pick now. It does seem like they have run out of maps that they're very confident on, so they'll have to pick something riskier.
I mean, here's the thing, you know, Singapore really just has to pick something, and honestly, like anything that they're like remotely confident on, something that they know they could just play, period. And
Deadlocked.
Oh, they're picking Duplicate. Okay, so that's actually reasonable. That's a reasonable pick.
Okay, yeah.
I think Singapore will take this one.
That is... It's probably the easy... Oh, it's like the only rice map left, actually.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
it's
the easiest... Yeah, I was gonna say it's the easiest rice map left. It kind of is. But yeah.
I mean, after
So it's
this,
kind of just it's just kind of like the just kind of chord stream, not too dense compared to some other charts.
yeah. Well, I mean, after this, so just theoretically, let's say Singapore wins. We've got a Zenonia LN map and an Arkwin LN map, and then we've got Deadlocked, which
That
if I were to guess correctly, all the LN picks will be picked. So I would assume that.
Come on.
Yeah.
I want to see Deadlocked.
If someone picks Deadlocked, they have to be out of their mind.
You can't just ignore the SV map.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe next game it won't be. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we'll see how this goes. This is extremely important for Singapore to win now. If they don't win this pick, then you would have to say Brazil have an overwhelming advantage. And we are going to see the first half of the map going to be pretty uneventful. Not much is going to...
There's really not much happening here. If anything, if like someone's in the lead, it's just strictly because of accuracy.
Yeah, and predictably, Singapore will take that. Lothus isn't here to carry the accuracy from Brazil.
Yeah. We'll see if Ursulons can actually keep up with this chart or not, because I'm not really sure if he can. Likewise, I'm not really sure if Kyle's going to be able to keep up the speed with it either.
Yeah, as well, yeah. Baifinal has been struggling a little bit on the maps he's played.
Stream started up here real quick.
Oh, Ursamancer with the first miss. Traded by Paralymp though. And Lazarento as well, so it looks like Baifinal is the only one holding on, funnily enough. Never mind. So we're going to see everyone missing, but Singapore is building up quite a strong lead. Paralymp only just dropped below 99%.
Yeah, as long as Paralymp maintains this, Singapore has this point. And in that case, this game gets so much more close.
Yeah, Singapore are just dominating in terms of accuracy right now. And we're already just about at the end of the map.
Oh jeez,
so
failed.
Urso fails.
Yeah, that...
Okay, so that's basically just going to... Yeah.
Very interesting. Oh, he left early too. Well, that's nice.
Well, unfortunate fail. But even if he did survive, that was pretty clearly in Singapore's favor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was concerned at the end Baifinal.
Oh yeah.
His HP did drop quite a lot, but
actually he was so close to failing too. But still, even if he failed, Paralymp would have definitely outscored Lazarento.
Yeah, Urso failing though basically meant that Baifinal didn't really matter if he failed or not. So now we have both teams on 5 points. They get 1 pick each. And it'll be interesting if they win their own picks, then we might be able to see a tiebreaker here. Looks like Brazil is going to go for the Misty Rain map. I'm not going to bother with pronouncing that.
Well, yeah, I mean this is
the Zenonia map, right?
Zenonia map, yeah. So I'm guessing Brazil might take this, but who knows?
well. It is like full-on like O2 Jam sort of style. So lots of noodles everywhere. And some shields as well, I believe. Which is something I don't think we've seen much of.
Well, yeah, I mean, this being LN's, Brazil should be okay with the question mark.
Yeah, we are going to see Rami come in for Singapore, though, and we know how good he is at LNs.
Yeah, the question is, can he keep up with Lazarento? And the real question, I think, here is, can Paralit keep up with Lothus? And that would be crazy.
Yeah, Paralit has been relatively struggling compared to the other players in LN dense maps. And we do see Paralit finding the first couple drops.
Seems like a lot
Everyone
of players
finding a drop.
Alright, except for Rami, he's doing quite well right now. And these scores are just totally neck and neck.
Yeah, Rami's combo would just... Okay, no, that's not even a lead.
Oh man.
They are
that is so close. So
it's got to be
like,
less than 1,000 points.
Yeah, definitely. Like, considering the way this map or this match has gone thus far, like, this score is probably going to stay relatively even until the very end, and really that's even just going to totally be undecided. Paralit and Lazarento both trading out misses there.
And it does seem like Rami's accuracy is just so much higher than everyone else's. But Paralit's is lower than both Brazilians by quite a bit as well, so
that's really what's keeping
kind of balancing each other out.
Rami missing there finally, that's not going to be good for the Singaporeans at all, although they are taking back a lead just very slightly. It's neck and neck again.
How is it still so close?
I honestly have no idea. This score gap is just still so close.
Brazil has a 10,000 point lead. We're still not even halfway into the map. Does look like they'll start to build up a bigger lead for themselves. But it still is anyone's game.
Yeah, I am starting to get a bit more worried for the Singaporeans now because Rami's score is definitely not going to be able to keep up with both the Brazilians.
Yeah, Rami and Paralit seem to be dropping their accuracy quite a bit now.
Yeah, one of two things has to happen at this point. Paralit either has to just play out of his mind for the next part of the song, or the Brazilians just have to tank super hard in the ending section for one of these parts.
The score lead is pretty close still.
It's actually
getting closer.
Smaller. Yeah.
It's actually getting closer. So...
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
it's still getting smaller. It's still getting smaller.
You still can't call who's going to win this at this point. Paralit is struggling quite a lot, but it looks like Rami... Oh, it's just above, just about 15,000 point lead. So we're getting into the last section of the map. Well, if Singapore don't manage to take some sort of advantage really soon, it'll be hard for them to win the point.
I don't think there's really much left in the map to really have them take the advantage on, so relatively speaking, they should have it.
Yeah, that last miss from Paralit there. And Rami, everyone missing.
Still, that's basically trades back and forth. If anything, Brazil won that, and they've gotten the point now.
Yeah, so Brazil does win their own pick.
Singapore, man, this is game point now. Singapore basically on the edge of being kicked out from the tournament. At this point, they have to pick between LNs or SVs. Those are the only two options left.
So they have either Beaten Angel or Deadlocked. And even if they do win that, they'll have to beat Brazil in the tiebreaker as well. So we'll see which one they go for. If, like, I mean, the SV map hasn't been picked by either teams. At this point in the match, you can assume that it's never going to be picked. Because that just kind of means that neither of the teams are that confident on it. Singapore picking through the fire and flames again. Dude, what if they actually left it until now?
Oh, that would be hilarious.
And
if they won 2, that would be like a double tiebreaker almost.
Yeah, oh god. But what a hype song it would be to decide. But instead, we are going to have Beat an Angel. Equally hype song, by the way.
Alright, looks like they're going for, Beat an Angel. That's well, probably their safer pick, although I can't guarantee it.
It's not really safe either way, you would have to say. It is some full-on noodle action in this map. It really does come to whether or not Rummy can basically carry Singapore in this map.
Man, this is going to be such a tough match. Really, just it comes down to this song. If Singapore gets this, they have a fairly decent chance at winning this entire game. The question is, are they going to get this or not? If Brazil wins this, they're winning this by the skin of their teeth. And, man, just a 7-5 scoreline is going to be so devastating for these guys.
But see, Singapore's an early breaks lead. On their side.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow, everyone breaking everywhere.
Okay, HP Martin is solo on Parallel and Lotus. Oh, okay, wait, oh, man.
Wait, Parallel and Lotus both below 90% after the intro. Romy holding 98% though.
Oh jeez, it's really coming down on Romy here. If he can keep, his score afloat, he keeps Singapore afloat. And same with last
Lotus's accuracy is being raised by such a higher rate than Parallel's.
Yeah, I think that's what's really helping out Brazil here. But we'll see. We're almost halfway into the chart here. Lazarento finally breaking though. We'll see if that decides this or not. Most likely not though. Rami also trading out a miss there.
And all the players have got to be so nervous at this point as well.
I think this is like slowly just falling apart for Singapore. Because I don't think there's really much else that can happen unless... Oh, it's getting smaller, it's getting smaller!
It's getting so small!
It's so close.
Oh my god! No! Oh, it's actually so close now.
Parallel is so low, so is Lotus. Has Lotus failed? Or no, he's still alive, just barely.
Oh.
Has Parallel failed?
Wait, if both of them fail.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
What is happening right now?
I think both of them have failed. I think both of them have failed.
Rami has a higher score than Lazarento. Parallel fails, Lotus does not.
Lotus does
not fail. Lotus survives.
Oh my god.
The match for Brazil.
He survived with no HP left.
If Lotus failed that
What is that graph?
Oh,
look at that graph. Hang on, did he actually fail?
Wait.
There is no... No, Lotus failed. He failed. No, he failed. He failed.
There's no way he survived that.
No. Lotus failed. He failed. Yeah, the MP says Lotus failed, so,
Oh my god, tiebreaker!
Oh my god! You evaded! Oh my god. So we're going to tiebreaker. The first match of finals week 1.
Oh my god.
What?
There was an error in Bancho. Lothus did end up failing that. So, okay, Robbie beat Lazaretto,
that was
took
so
the point for
close.
Singapore, and now it's going to be tiebreaker. This chart is 10 stars. It is so hard. Now, if we're lucky, we'll see someone probably mash through the middle and get a lucky pass. But if these guys pass the middle, I will probably give them a standing ovation because that would be absolutely nuts.
So, this is basically a match to see who can not fail for the longest, basically.
This is a battle of survival. I really can't say anything more than that. This is... Oh, man. Thing is, I'm fairly confident that neither Singaporeans, none of the Singaporeans can pass this. As for the Brazilians,
Lazarento,
yeah, he could stay alive. And if Lopez stays alive, of all people, I would be so... I would have no words. But, first match of the finals week, and... Man, we're just... This is it. This is for top 4. If a team fails here, they are eliminated. So there is just so much on the line here.
Yeah, so it just comes down to the one map to decide it.
Jeez. I'm just so nervous for these teams right now.
I'm just calming down a little bit here because there's gonna be no breaks once this map starts.
I think we're ready to go here. This is actually gonna happen. There's gonna be so much coming out of this. Oh man.
This is for the match.
I have no idea what to expect.
Ooh. And I said the players would have been nervous before, but now it's just gonna be through the roof.
Yeah. I don't think there's any possible mention of playing for fun at this point. There's just so much going down here. And I think I should mention that if you see a team have the lead, that doesn't mean anything, even if their lead is by 100,000 points.
Yeah, it's whether or not the team has the HP.
Yeah, so pay close attention to that. The HP bars are going to mean everything.
Okay, yeah, Lazarento finding a miss.
Bit of early inverse here. Couple drops from Loth. It's actually quite a few, although nobody's HP is going down quite yet.
Oh, what a song.
Yeah, this is the tiebreaker to end all tiebreakers. Really, it just comes down to the middle section here. If a team can pass the middle section, they win. It has to be like that. There's no other possible way.
What if what if there's one player from each team passes the middle?
I would scream. Actually, I probably wouldn't do that on stream because I'd probably this would probably be my last match commentating then. But nevertheless, that would still be insane. I mean, just I can't imagine a 1v1 on this of all songs. Like,
oh. It does look like the scores are still so even.
Yeah, they're like neck and neck,
even in
like,
the
despite the difficulty of this chart. Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Every single map this match has been so extremely close.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for that pie chart in the top right to just inch closer and closer to that halfway point.
It does look like Robbie is doing better than everyone else at the moment, making up that difference. And Oh, some mashing going on. Wait, did we just see a team fail on the slow jam?
Wait, what?
We just...
No way. No. No.
Oh,
What?
wait.
What?
Wait.
On the slow jam!
Singapore just failed on the slow jam.
Wait, no, that wasn't...
What?
They didn't know the SV's in the middle and they failed.
Oh my god. They failed because they didn't know the SV's on the course.
No way. I refuse to believe that.
What?
That was no
Oh
banter.
my
I just want to
God.
recap what happened. There's an SV section in the map where it slows down a lot, and there's some really crazy teleports that you cannot possibly expect, except if you practice.
And because
one
the
member
chords are so
of
many
Brazil was
notes
left.
there. Oh my god.
One member of Brazil is left.
What?
It was Lazarento. Lazarento survived just enough of the slow jam and won the game without even getting the dance part of the song.
Oh my god.
So
We
that
saw a team fail on the slow part of the song.
Wow.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not really sure how I feel either.
Holy crap.
Well, Brazil winning that match despite a very odd tiebreaker.
Yeah, well,
but they are moving on
to
to face against the winner of Malaysia and the Philippines, which comes up, I believe, in 7 minutes from now.
Okay then, yeah. So we will see who exactly will go up against Brazil in this upcoming match. Unfortunately, with that team fail, Singapore is eliminated from the tournament, ending in a tied 5th place.
Man, that's just
I need a second to recover. But oh god.
I believe I will be swapping off fairly soon. Let me check here. I believe it is.
Yeah, we're going to be having Nivrad join the commentary for this next match.
Yep, so I will be taking my leave. Thanks for everything, and really just that match was
holy. I can't. You can't even describe that in words.
Yeah,
that was insane.
But yeah, I will be signing off here. So thanks so much for everything. Nivrad should be in here shortly. So yeah, when we're all ready.
Yep. And that's him here, I believe. Yes. Hello, Nivrad. How are you going?
Oh man, that was exciting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
I'm just floored at the moment. I need to take I need to take a few minutes off for a second. So
yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, I wish I had been here to commentate that map and be there with you guys, but the next match should also be interesting. We are in the finals week. There's only so many maps left to go. First week of the finals, of course. We will have the grand finals next week. But Philippines versus Malaysia. Also another losers bracket match, by the way. Which means that whoever loses this one is kicked out, and whoever wins it gets a spot in the top 4, along with Brazil, South Korea, and China. Thanks for all the love in the chat. We're just having a moment to breathe, I guess. But the match time is coming up really soon, less than 10 minutes probably, so don't go anywhere. By the way, in the chat, I'm not sure if you got answered, but Brazil actually knocked out United States after United States was beaten by Malaysia in the winners bracket. Brazil versus US was a pretty good map up. Welcome back.
Yes, I am back. Calm down a little bit, and be getting on. It's going to be hard to top that match here. But hopefully we have another close one between Philippines and Malaysia.
For sure. Now, Malaysia is quite a powerhouse.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people have tagged them as the second best team after South Korea in this tournament. But that said, I think there is some potential for Philippines to make some damage, because although Chiwi is, basically leagues ahead of most other players in this tournament, Malaysia have started struggling a little bit with their second player, and with a harder pool in the finals is really gonna highlight that a little bit. So we'll see if Philippines can capitalize.
Philippines have put up a really remarkable performance so far, being actually a mid seed, and it's really late in the tournament to be talking about seeding, but I just think it's really astonishing that I guess we hadn't pegged them for kind of a finals level team, but they came up all the way from mid seed and now they're contesting for a spot in the top 4.
Yeah, it's quite an exceptional performance by them. Ooh. Okay, I lied. I'm only half calmed down. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think Philippines just kind of have to assume that Chiwi is gonna destroy every single map, so they'll really need to target Malaysia's other players.
Looks like the match has been set up and we are getting started on the warm-ups. Interestingly, looks, we haven't seen it yet, but from the difficulty title alone at least, it looks like we're having an SV warm-up.
This would probably be very easy to determine who picked. Yeah, maybe we'll see an SV map get picked, because we didn't see Deadlocked was the only map that didn't get picked or banned last match.
That's right, Philippines, it was a choice for the very last pick before the tiebreaker. It was a choice between the Deadlock, the the SV map, or the Angel one. What's it called?
Beaten Angel.
Beaten Angel, yeah. Beaten Angel. And Philippines, they picked Beaten Angel despite one of their players not being able to pass it. So they did not want to play the SD map that badly. That says something about it, I think.
Yeah, it's
oh, not Philippines, sorry. I meant Singapore.
Oh. Yeah, Singapore. Kind of confusing because Philippines is on the screen at the moment, but yeah, Deadlocked is a really tricky one. Both the SV maps are exceptionally tricky. Deadlock being focused more on reading, so you can't really memorize the notes in Deadlock that well. which for some players just makes it so much harder, because you have to be able to read past all of the really just the really deceiving SV patterns.
That's right. The other SV map. Oh, these titles are just. I'm just blanking on it right now. Carry Me Away.
Carry Me Away. Yeah.
Right. More focused on memorization, like you said, and that's because the rhythms are unpredictable. It's all the rhythms, right? Not the notes. The rhythms are unpredictable in Carry Me Away, but in Deadlocked, the rhythm is almost constant. It's just a bunch of triplets, 1/3 snaps, and it doesn't vary very much, which means that you don't need to memorize what the rhythms are, but you need to see the notes and then put them in the correct rhythm in your head, because they're not going to be in the correct place on the screen because it jumps around so much.
Yeah, that's the main thing, and it really comes down to the individual player, I think. Some players can read more memorization type SVs better, and others are just, you know, better, more comfortable with reading.
But speaking of reading SVs, an SV map for a warm-up is I'd say a bit of a power move here, because if the other team doesn't know the map, then they're kind of guaranteed to do very badly.
Oh my god, what is this? Whoa. Okay,
yeah, and I
so
think
really
I can go ahead and say
funky.
this is one of those maps that is not readable.
I can also go ahead and say this is Philippines warm-up.
Yeah, you know, I think I'd agree with that. I'd like to point out to the viewers the HP bars. Philippines at full HP, Malaysia on the verge of failing, which is what happens when you're sight reading an SV map.
That was a team fail. That didn't last very long. Tiebreaker flashbacks.
Now, I don't think anyone really got any more warmed up by this, but I'd say that Philippines is definitely sending a sort of message to Malaysia.
That lasted about 100 combo.
So we ended the last match with a fail, and we're gonna start this match with a fail. A team fail. Kinda has a bit of symmetry to it, very nice. But we'll be going to the second warm-up now. I guess that counts as Philippines warm-up.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get another shot at that map. We'll end up going to... this is Peacebreaker? And I'm pretty sure this is a well-known 7K map, isn't it?
Yeah, I've definitely seen it around. I'm sure there's several versions floating around. I can't say I'm familiar with the map off the top of my head, but we'll see. We'll see soon enough.
Yeah, I'd expect a pretty decently hard map as well. Especially considering this is now finals week 1, you'd want to get properly warmed.
Oh, and judging by the difficulty name, if it's a marathon, that'll give them plenty of time to get warmed up.
Ooh, yeah.
And players talking in the MP lobby about, you know, work and not being able to play Mania as much as you'd like to. And when you're playing the World Cup, that can really be a detriment. And I know we've talked about this dozens of times before, but really, a lot of the time it comes down to practice.
Yeah, a lot of these maps especially, you would definitely want to practice quite a lot. I mean, we just saw the tiebreak just then. Practice would have helped a little bit out on those the SV slow jam sections. Not trying to call anyone out, but yeah, the SV maps especially obviously require a lot of practice to get down. You can't really sight read them.
The SV
As well
maps
as yeah, even like the LN picks as well can be tough to sight read a lot of the patterns that have tricky releases and all that. Might take a few tries to get them really nailed.
I've got to agree with that, because there's not a lot of maps in this pool where you can just go autopilot and sight read through it, because there's so many technical maps, maps with bursts, maps with SVs, maps with tricky LN releases. Yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of frightening stuff. Looks like we're just having trouble downloading the map in the lobby.
Yes, a bit of internet issues. Seems like Arquin can't quite download the map.
And anyone who's played a multiplayer lobby with bad internet knows what's going on right now.
Yeah. Yep. So it looks like we might be seeing a 1v2 for this map. Oh, or they might be picking another warm-up.
Sounds like a good course of action. I mean, being a marathon map, it makes sense it'll take a long time to download.
Yeah. So maybe something a bit shorter. Or something that everyone has.
Okay. We love. I don't know if that'll be any easier to download than this one.
That's not going to be shorter. Well, we'll see, because We Love Llama is definitely also a pretty long marathon map, if it is the full version of the song. Okay, we'll see.
Looks like the issue was that, yeah, a map pack with multiple MP3 files in it definitely takes a long time to download.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to... Let's just go doppelganger, okay.
I mean, it is shorter.
Yep, and all these players probably also have it, so...
Doppelganger, of course, one of the... I want to say the hardest Mania ranked map, but... Yeah, I think so, the hardest. For 7K,
definitely, definitely the highest star rating, yeah.
Let's see if they're actually going to play that infamous difficulty, though. It is finals week 1 though, so this is the peak level of map difficulty.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the alter ego difficulty, which is the highest.
Yeah, people in chat pointing out, thanks guys, by the way, Crado, Jackets, whoever else was talking to me and I missed them. Mania, probably a stronger contender for hardest ranked map.
Oh yeah, true.
But here we go, Malaysia's warm-up. After a bit of a delay, we're going to be seeing, hopefully, an actual full warm-up this time.
Yep. Unless there is another team fail. Who knows? Yeah, we can see Malaysia definitely more comfortable overall.
Yeah, no fails, but definitely a lot of drops. We have Philippines sitting down at the 90% accuracy level, while both Chewy and Idiot hold strong S's.
This is where you can really see, especially Chiwi, his strength just overall is extremely far above both the players on the Philippines side.
This is, I think, definitely for sure where Chewy shines, because it's like on the higher level, it's if I had to compare it to the finals map pool, it's definitely one of the more difficult maps. And I think that's what's gonna give Malaysia the advantage here. If they can choose maps that are really hard, like the kind of maps that Philippine players might fail, those kind of picks.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where they're gonna have like a really huge advantage, because just having one player that can play these maps really well is enough to be able to quite easily win the point in a lot of cases here.
Not to mention those SVs. There's no telling whether the Philippines players know this map enough to read those SVs, or if it's just the patterns that are getting to them. Who knows? Oh, look at that HP dropping on Philaday's client.
Ooh, yeah. Team fail.
And there's one fail. There's
right
two fail. We
the
have.
End. Yeah, okay. So we get another team fail. Third map in a row.
There you have
right
it, guys. Mini World Cup 2018, 7K. Finals week 1. Triple team fail.
Hopefully that doesn't become a trend in future maps.
I guess that was Malaysia getting back at Philippines. Like, you're gonna choose a map that we can't play, but we'll choose a map that you can't play.
Okay, so we'll be getting into the roles and see what each team wants to ban. I would predict Malaysia probably would go for... they'll probably go for an SV ban, I would imagine.
I think given the level of these SVs, each round of the tournament the SV maps get harder and harder. So given the rate of SV bans in previous rounds, I would not be surprised.
Oh yep, we see Malaysia banning Carry Me Away.
Understandable. Now waiting on the other team ban. Honestly, at this level... Oh, it's gonna be turned down.
Oh, interesting. That is the core Jack map that we saw every player struggling on in the previous match.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. I think Turndown is for sure a kind of a pick where if you're not specifically good at this map or this type of map, then you don't want to play it. Just because the jacking it's not a thing that you see a lot, so it's not a thing that a lot of people are good at. And it's just incredibly dense, the jacks.
Yeah, and core jack maps, core jack in particular is a kind of skill that you either just nail everything, or you just completely get slammed, misses everywhere, bad accuracy and all that. Like there's no in between.
we do have our first pick coming out from Philippines. Future Cider. I think starting off the round with more of a rounded out pick, but also, you know, kind of you could say the third SV pick of this pool. SV, I don't think the hardest part of the map, but yeah, I mean, I can't really call which team's gonna take this one.
Yeah, SV, definitely enough. We probably will see like a couple of breaks from the SV, or at least a lot of accuracy drop, because it is quite tricky to hit sometimes if you're not really on your guard. That said, there's a bit of everything in this map.
Overall, like, kind of, I think easing your way. I think they're kind of easing their way into the map pool because it's one of the easier picks, despite, you know, having. Well, actually, it's easy and it covers a lot of skills, so it's, you know, kind of testing out the water.
Yeah, true. We do see Arkwin with the first drop. Gonna give a bit of an advantage over to Malaysia.
Yeah, Philippines falling behind on the combo and also on the accuracy because Maidia and Kiwi both at 98 and 99, while Arkwin and Steelade are at 95 and 96, respectively.
Oh, we do see misses coming out from Idiot, Chiwi, and Arkwin. So Steelade still holding strong with that combo.
I'd say those SVs tripped them up, but there's just not enough SVs in the map for it to make that much of a difference. The lead's still like 30,000 in favor of Malaysia.
Yeah, there is a gigantic accuracy advantage for Malaysia. Chiwi still above 99%, while Arkwin is 95.5s. Steelade holding on to the 96% FC.
Now that's a very impressive FC right there. I gotta put that out there. Fortunately, without the accuracy to back it up, it's not enough. What's this lead now? Like 50,000 in favor of Malaysia? It's just going.
And growing. It's growing pretty fast as well, as we see the accuracies from Philippines not quite building up. And Malaysia still holding on with exceptionally strong accuracies, especially from Chiwi, still holding above 99%.
I think Idiot's score is, I think, starting to become more comparable to Steelade's, where Steelade is the high 96 and Might low 97. But Chiwi is just so far ahead that there's no coming back for the Philippines.
Yeah, the difference between Chiwi and Arkwin is just huge at the moment. About 100,000 point lead for Malaysia. We're getting into the last third of the map here.
Now I gotta say, with such a varied map pool, Philippines is still gonna have a chance to catch Malaysia off guard with their picks, but this being Philippines' first pick and being taken so strongly by Malaysia by Chiwi's lead, and Maidia still holding on to the second best score in the lobby, it's not looking good for Philippines here.
Yeah, losing your first pick is really... It's a really big blow, especially to like your confidence as well. Because generally this would be the pick that they are most confident on, you would think, if they picked it first. So such a convincing win for Malaysia is not going to be feeling very good for Philippines.
Oh, you know, something that we haven't pointed out yet is that Idiot is playing without Flashlight here, despite being, you know, mainly known as a Flashlight player.
Oh yeah, that is something I forgot about as well. I would assume that the reason for that would be just because of the SV you would find in this map. SV with Flashlight, particularly like slow jams, which you find at some points in this map. Not very friendly with Flashlight.
Yeah, some patterns, some SV maps, you just literally can't see the notes before you hit them because they're in the wrong part of the screen. But yeah, that's the end of the first pick for Future Cider. Arkwin coming in with an A.
And Chiwi with 99.15%, only 2 misses. Destroying that
right.
map.
Wow. Let's see what Malaysia goes for next. I think they have a lot of wiggle room here. You know, they're gonna be stronger on a lot of the map pool. But they're going with Endymion.
Oh, okay. So this is definitely one of the harder maps of the pool. So it does make sense that they'll go for something like this. Really does pick up in terms of speed towards the end.
Especially with all the cord streaming. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard fight for Philippines. Alright, getting started now. Maybe being a little hung up. There we go.
Oh, bit of a desync there, Chiwi. So I think that will mean that the scores will be slightly delayed.
Is Chiwi ahead or behind here?
He's behind.
Ooh, despite that, Malaysia already taking a pretty strong lead.
Yeah, Malaysia holding much higher accuracies across the board. Chiwi holding 99.4 still is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks like it's going the same way as the last map. It's just that those bursts are too fast for the Philippines players to keep up on. We see Arkwin dropping the combo over and over, while Chiwi, I think that's still a full combo?
Yeah, it is a full combo still for Chiwi. Both Philippines players are kind of struggling to keep up their combos. Not really reaching the 400 mark, like, ever for either of the Philippines players. While it looks like Idiot and Chiwi, Idiot just missing there, but both managing to hold their combos much better by the looks of it. Chiwi still with the full combo.
Right, and the Idiot not quite holding the combo, but still holding accuracy higher than both the Philippines players.
And this lead is just way too much to come back from. About 300,000 looks like will be the point lead in the end. Will Chiwi end up with an FC? Oh no, he doesn't. Just drops a couple times at the very end.
It's just those chords at the end that tripped him up, but in the end doesn't really mean anything because this incredibly high score lead. In the end, about 325,000, one of the highest we've seen so far.
Yeah, 99.32% from Chiwi. Only 24 200s as well. Is just so much better than everyone else's scores. It's like, yeah, there's not really much Philippines can do about that.
Philippines is coming out with their next pick, EDM Jumpers. This is the first long node pick we've seen so far, full long node pick, I think. So maybe that will give them an edge. We'll have to see.
Yeah, well, it isn't. It's not the hardest long node pick in the pool.
No.
So
I'd say definitely one of the safer ones as far as long node. I mean, against Malaysia, it's hard to say exactly what counts as safe, but one of the less tricky, let's say.
Yeah, there isn't really any safe picks, you would say, but probably one of the best that Philippines can pick at this point.
Definitely seems that they're trying to stick to the easier picks. The ones that are more about consistency and less about and less likely to have these huge accuracy differences.
Yeah, because in the harder maps, we've just seen Chiwi can just destroy it, and my Idiot as well, not far behind. It's a 99.9 from Chiwi. Oh, dropping now. Oh, we see the first break coming in from Aquanol Virus. And a few accuracy drops from the Philippines side as well, dropping them both down to the mid 97s. While...
That being said... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, while Malaysia's still holding both about 99% at least.
Philippines is definitely doing better than before, I think. On this night with the long notes, they're holding their own much stronger. They still have 97, a 97.5 from Arkwin, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, there's just such a huge wall that they have to overcome here. Like, try to beat 99.4 is just absurd.
Along with that huge combo, by the way, about to break 3,000 actually.
Yeah, and Arkwin is doing really well. Okay, never mind. With this combo, I was about to say. It looks like the curse has actually been transferred over to me.
It happens. Happens all the time. More drops coming out. We're only halfway through the map, but I think the lead has been growing this whole time. At this point, it's about 50,000 ahead, kind of what we expect based on the performance on the first two maps.
Chiwi just seems so comfortable here. Okay, and then he drops. Still holding exceptional accuracy though. Both Philippines players holding about 97, so still quite good.
Definitely dropping though. Slowly but surely dropping.
Slowly dropping. The end does get harder than the previous ones. I mean, than the previous parts of the song, that is.
Right, right. This is on the longer side, of course, still going. Only about a quarter left. I mean, I think this is kind of the point of the map where usually we'd say something like, if they want to get this point back, they're going to have to, you know, this is the last chance to get the point back, but the lead is just so huge here.
Yeah, like, Philippines are they're not doing badly, they're doing quite well, but it's just hard to see any way that they could take any sort of lead at this point, with a 100,000 point lead for Malaysia.
I mean, not every match can be super close like Brazil versus Singapore, and Philippines being, I think, one of the weaker teams in the finals that have made their way to the finals. Can't say this is unexpected, but you know, it just happens sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunate for Philippines that they had to play up against Malaysia today. But it does look like Malaysia is going to snatch up their third point of the match here.
That's right, and Chiwi ending it off with 99.2 accuracy. Idiot again, the second place in the lobby with 98% just barely, and both the Philippines players about equal, a little bit below the 97% mark, not quite contesting Idiot's score.
And that will be Malaysia's second break point. So we'll see what they decide to pick next.
Honestly, if Malaysia keeps picking these, the harder maps, the maps
Hold
where there's
Angel.
speed and... Oh, Hold Angel, of course. I was just talking about speed. Hold Angel is 300 BPM, so...
Ridiculously fast as well. It's 300 BPM, and on top of that, there are 1/8 snap bursts everywhere in the hard section.
So spurts are definitely gonna let the Malaysian players shine.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the harder maps in the pool. And we will be seeing Mai go with his flashlight.
Alright, it's interesting. The first map he's decided to use the flashlight on.
I think it does make sense. I think for players who do play flashlight, it does help a lot with when there's a lot of notes on the screen, especially.
Oh yeah.
So in this case, with the extreme speed, all the notes are coming down, much easier to block out the rest of them and just focus on where you want to focus.
Makes a lot of sense. We were talking about how hard these maps are, and that's definitely something to acknowledge when we talk about Philippines' performance, because they were such a strong team up till now. They've fought their way all the way to finals out of the group stages and the round of 16 semifinals. And you may be wondering, like, how come this happened to them now? It's because the map pools are getting harder, and they're getting placed against harder and harder opponents, Malaysia being top 3 seeded and, a contender for the second place in the entire World Cup. Wait, well, I completely forgot the point I was originally trying to make, which is that the finals map pool is such a jump up from the semifinals map pool, and it has maps like this in it.
Yeah, extremely difficult maps. We do see 2 FCs so far, though, from Arquin and Kiwi. Exceptional performance from both of them. FCing the first half is far from easy.
Yeah, that's crazy, and continuing to hold that combo through these crazy bursts here. And we've got a drop coming up from Arquin. There goes his full combo, but Chiwi's still holding strong.
Okay, and that is...
And that's Chiwi's too. Okay, I'm sorry. That time I really did... That one was kind of straightforward.
Yeah.
But no, that's that over with, and that's 4 points for Malaysia.
Yeah, they snatch up the really quick 4 points. Huge differences in score here, as both the Philippines players struggled in the second half, dropping below the S rank. Well, it looks like Philippines is going to go for second run.
Another long note map, just like their last pick. I think that makes sense for them. This one I think harder for sure. Trickier, not harder as in denser, I think harder as in trickier on the releases.
Yeah, definitely really tricky on the releases. And at the same time as you have those tricky releases, you've got some
streams.
Yeah, just streams going on at the same time. So lots of control needed there.
It's interesting. This is one of those maps where it's harder to play than it is to watch. That didn't make any sense, but it's harder than it looks because all the long notes in the dense part of this are the same length. They're like, I think I'd say 1 beat, maybe it's 2 beats, I don't know, but they all look very symmetrical, very regular. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're easier to play because they're not grouped together in a way that the fingers naturally follow. It's kind of like, because it follows this arbitrary pattern of all of them are the same length, it leads to uncomfortable patterning.
Yeah, we did see a bit of trade in misses from Aquin. My idiot.
Yeah, as I was rambling about the map, it looks like Malaysia again taking the lead. Both of them holding above 99%, and Chiwi up there on the 99.86. Wow, we haven't gotten to the hard part yet, but, well, I say hard part, the hardest part, but an impressive score for sure. Philippines right behind on 98.7, 98.3. They're going behind by a lead about a loss of about 30,000 points.
99.8 is extremely high. Like, most people would struggle holding that kind of accuracy on, like, extremely basic maps.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you could have, like, a 2-star map, and I would struggle to maintain that high accuracy.
While we're talking about accuracy, I mean, we have to point out, this map is OD5, one of the lowest ODs that we've seen in the pool. That makes sense because of these crazy releases. It's probably one of the reasons why Chewy is able to maintain such a high accuracy.
Doesn't look like Chewy comes out with the FC, unless he misses the limit or something.
Well, we don't want to say anything like that.
Yeah. I'm targeting it.
I won't call it yet, but yeah, there you go.
Okay,
First
yes,
FC
that's
of the
it.
finals weekend.
And was that 990? Oh no, not quite. 988,000 points on a finals map pool.
I think Twitch chat may be right. Maybe we do need to shut up a little bit. But yeah, wow. Full combo on second run. You saw it here first.
Yeah, that will be the 5th point for Malaysia. And it is their pick as well.
Yeah, not long left for Malaysia to go for a full sweep. And if they want to pull off full sweep, then they just gotta keep picking the same type of maps they have been picking. I'd say maybe gate openers would be a good choice.
Yeah, they do go with gate openers.
Oh, would you look at that?
The pick. It is definitely one of the hardest maps in the pool.
Gate openers with a Z. I'd say... I'm trying to say whether I want to claim that it is the hardest Rice map. I don't think I'm familiar enough with the map pool to say something like that, but yeah, we're gonna see some really dense patterns here.
It's definitely, by the way, in contention. With some extremely tense chord streams going on for 4 minutes, almost non-stop, so extremely taxing on stamina.
This is one of those maps that makes your arms hurt.
Yeah, it just
That's how it
destroys
is.
your fingers.
It hit again with the flashlight. Makes sense. Last one was sort of a more technical long note pick, so it makes sense to be able to see the whole full screen. While this one is just straightforward Rice chord streaming.
Yeah, long stamina picks as well. Yeah, with such like a long map, with so many notes, it can be really stamina draining for your eyes.
Oh, for sure. Mental stamina. It's a big deal in Mania.
So, like, with so many, like, you just have constantly notes coming down, your eyes can, at some point, just end up just getting lost, and you kind of, like, blank out. And it kind of helps it with flashlight, because, you know, obviously, you get the notes one at a time, or just a few at a time, so that doesn't allow your eyes to drift off.
Chiwi again with a combo so far out of the opening stream. That's kind of the density we're seeing from the rest of the map. There's going to be a little different at the ending, a little bit of a... I don't want to call it a spike, but definitely a little harder at the ending. Let's see if he can maintain that combo. It'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, we are seeing Malaysia inch out.
Yes, didn't curse it. He still has it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still holding on the FC. Okay. Well, I should have just not said anything.
Oh no!
No.
Oh well.
Well then.
You know, I think interesting thing that can be said about this map. Earlier I was talking about how the ending of the map is harder, or at least different from the rest of the map. But it's not so much a density difference. I think it's just a difference in how the density is distributed. Because when you have chord streams, it's kind of like you have the strong beats and you have the weak beats, right? So every other beat is a strong beat and every other beat is a weak beat. You have more notes on the strong beat, less on the weak beat. But near the end, it's less like that and more like well, it looks kind of like this actually, while we're looking at the brackets. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. There's more brackets at the end.
Yeah, which kind of is harder to hit, like less comfortable, you would say, than the rest of the map. And we see Arkwin's really taking some big drops in his stamina here, struggling to keep up any sort of combo at all.
Chewy's building up that high combo again. He's holding a 99.76 accuracy as well. It doesn't seem like any map in this pool is able to take his 99% away from him. Both the Philippines player holding about S rank, Arkwin falling a little bit below. It looks like he's having a bit of trouble with misses in this part.
Yeah, and there's just such a huge difference right now between Malaysia and Philippines.
You know, I think this is the stamina coming into play. We're seeing so many misses from the Philippine side, and it could be their fingers giving out after 4 minutes of board streaming.
Yeah, 4 minutes of straight board streaming is it's so difficult to keep up. So there's always going to be it's like some struggles towards the end. But we did see Chiwi, I think that was like a 99.6 in the end there. Yeah, he does.
Wow.
982,000 points on one of the hardest maps on the pool.
That's only 4 misses. That's 1 miss per minute. And that is Malaysia's 6th point. That is...
I think all 4 of those misses were in the same drop, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
unless there was another one that I didn't catch. But yeah, dominant win from Malaysia there.
Oh, here's the last pick possibly. If Malaysia wins this one as well, it'll be a full sweep. It is match point. They have 6 out of the 7 required points. And Philippines has just picked Beat an Angel.
Oh, okay, so one of the harder LN maps here.
Yeah, this is the one where we saw 2 fails from the in Brazil versus Singapore, and it was 1 Brazilian player failing and 1 Singaporean player failing.
And also interesting to note that this was mapped by Arkwin.
So there you go. So, yeah, that's one way to do it. That's one way to, you know, close that tournament.
Yeah. So I expect an SS from him, right?
Oh, wow.
That's how it works. That's how it works. He mapped it. Yeah.
Miracles happen. But I'm really curious to see, like, in all seriousness, if this team has the possibility to pass this map, both of them.
Yeah, we did see 2 fails in the previous match.
Accuracy already tanking in the intro. The intro is extremely hard, by the way, unlike some of the other maps we've been seeing. It's taking Arkwin down all the way to about 92%, but the other player's still holding kind of strong.
Yeah, really strong lead right out of the gates for Malaysia.
One thing worth noting, Chile does not have a 99% on this one.
Yeah, he held through 98% in the intro, which is quite good, but not as strong as how he's performing in previous maps, you would say.
It's just because of Beat an Angel. That's just how hard Beat an Angel is. I think this is another one of those deceptively tricky ones. Because, you know, on my first watching of this, I didn't think, oh, this is the hardest map in the pool, but it's proven to be one of the hardest maps in the pool.
Yeah, just really tricky trying to get all the releases and the holds right, because yeah, you can see right here it's just so dense.
Maybe maybe that mapper advantage is helping Arkwin, because I don't see any hint of a fail coming out, and actually they're holding the A very strongly. Kudos to him. Meanwhile, Cielade actually beating Idiot in score and accuracy for the first time.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually no. At the very end, Cielade stopped playing for the last few minutes, and that decreased the score.
Oh well. In any case, it is Malaysia's point. Malaysia's 7 points, and that's Malaysia's game.
That will be the full sweep for Malaysia. So they will be moving on to verse Brazil. It was that won their match just before. Those two will verse later today to decide who will end up 4th and who will advance to the top 3.
That's right.
Yeah, for now we are going to have a bit of a break for about let me do some maths here. 9 hours, just under 9 hours, when we will come back with the winners finals, which is South Korea versus China. So an exciting one there.
Make sure to tune in at 12 o'clock UTC. Right, yeah, 12 UTC for South Korea versus China in the winners bracket, and the last losers bracket match at 13 immediately after that. It's going to be Malaysia versus Brazil at 13:30 UTC. And that will be, those two matches are, I think, the last matches we have in week 1 of the finals. And then we'll have another week to wait to find out who gets first, who gets second, who gets third.
Yeah, coming to the end of this tournament, definitely excited who will pull out on top. Anyway, for now, we'll see you guys next time.